Good morning and welcome to WPI for the Gompei Invitational here in beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts. We're happy to have you join us here this morning for what should be a really exciting 4 days of swimming here at WPI with colleges from all around New England and really the Northeast. When you take a look at it here, we have a great morning of events for you here this morning alongside Nicole Miller, who will be handling all of the production. I am Jeremy Abreu from Abreu Media Productions. We're happy that you could take some time to join us here this morning. As I typically do, if you are out there on the live stream, if you could do me a favor and jump into the live chat quick. I just need one person. Jump into the live chat and just let me know that you can hear me okay, you see the video okay. It's always good. Everything looks perfect on my end, but of course, it's always good to get that reassurance before we get started here. So it's going to be a very exciting weekend. Again, this is the Gompei Invitational. This morning, we will have the 200 medley relay, which will be mixed. That will be our first event out of the gate. We'll have a 5-minute break after that. That'll be followed up by the 2 IM, the 50 free, the 500 free, the 2 breast, the 1 fly, and then the 800 free relay. All right, Alex Gutierrez, Assistant Sports Information Director here at WPI, says everything is good. That's great to hear. We'll end this morning with the 800 free relay. And you know what? Let's use this live stream here, this live chat this morning here, folks. Please, I'd love to know who our audience is, who you're rooting for, who are your kids, are there anything that I should get out on the broadcast, notable achievements. Always love to give shout outs to folks, really do love the fan engagement on the broadcast, so I would certainly appreciate that. Again, I'll have Nicole Miller with me on the production side today. She'll be taking care of all the cameras and all that good stuff. We do have 2 cameras for you. If we do get a camera person, we will run a 3rd camera. But right now, we don't have a camera person. So we'll just run with our 2, which is perfectly fine. You will see this morning a pretty, I like to think it's awesome broadcast in terms of information. So if you've ever watched the Olympics swimming, if you've ever watched any swimming conference championships on ESPN or NBC or even NBC Sports, the graphics package that we use in terms of the overlay on the screen will be exactly the same. So before every single heat, over the lanes, you will see the name, the lane, the swimmer, the school logo. Then as the swimmers come in and touch the wall, you'll see their times. You'll see what place they came in. There'll always be a running timer showing the event and the heat in the bottom right-hand side of the broadcast. And then as each swimmer comes in and touch the wall in races that are longer than 50, you'll see the leader, and then you'll see the subsequent swimmers underneath them and their delta time, so how far they are behind the leader. So very exciting here. Alex Gutierrez in there, Carolyn Luna, Dexter Cardis, Carolyn Luna, James Green, Maura Oldenburg, rooting for Springfield College. No, Maura, you won't be able to see the other end of the pool yet because we have multiple cameras. So where we have the camera set up only on the start right now. Once the races get going, we'll switch to camera 2. So you won't miss anything, Maura. I promise you that. Terry Putska, Anthony DiMascalo, Go Tech. Carolyn Luna's rooting for Bryant University, and Leo Luna, James Green, Go Babson. So again, we have Babson, WPI, Brandeis, Clark, Merrimack, Bryant. Who am I missing here? Bentley, Rowan University from New Jersey. Did I say Bentley? I did. Springfield, Merrimack. So we have a very good assortment of swimming here this weekend. We're excited to bring you all of this action. Debbie Naylor says, go Bryant. So here's a little, if you're anything like me, you're curious about Gompei. Like, where does this name come from? I was so curious. Like, what is Gompei? So the Gompei Invitational began as a 2-day meet in 2013 and expanded to a 3-day meet with separate men's and women's champions until 2016. It was at that point when the event used combined team scoring. The meet began in the second year of the Sports and Recreation Center here at WPI and served as a multi-day meet for the end of the fall. And this is where it gets interesting. The meet was named after the campus mascot, Gompei the Goat. So while WPI's official nickname is the Engineers, its identity and mascot is a goat. And here's another fun fact. Only one of 2 NCAA schools with a goat as a mascot. Does anybody know the other school? Jump into that live chat. There's only one other school in the NCAA which uses a goat as their mascot. Does anybody know what that school is? We'll take a look at the live chat here. But I'll hold that fact. So a member of the class of 1893 and a brother of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon, Gompei Kuwata was the first goat keeper here at WPI. He was given this job by his class in 1891. The story goes that he was chosen because of his initials GK, which could also be imagined to stand for goat keeper. So Gompei Kuwata, goat keeper. He was originally from Japan. Well-rounded young man. He was on the varsity chess, soccer, volleyball, football, and tennis teams. Not only that, he had a perfect 4.0. And I got to give it to Gabriel Ossie out there. He had it first. It's Navy. It's Navy. Only one of 2 schools with the mascot of the goat joining Billy the Goat from the United States Naval Academy. So we thank all of the servicemen for their service out there. And I got to say, Gabe Ossie leading the way. So he's rooting for Bryant. He's got a swimmer, Jack, competing here this weekend. Enid Pacheco is here rooting for the Falcons. So we're just about winding down on warm-ups, and then we will get going again. Our first event is going to be Event 52. It's the mixed 200-yard medley relay. So the warm-ups are winding down. We really, a great meet put on here by Coach Paul Bennett and his staff. If you've ever done any work with anybody at WPI, as I have done broadcasting here over the past few years, nothing but salt of the earth people. So everyone from Rusty Egan, the sports information director, his assistant, Alex Gutierrez, Paul Bennett, Adriana, and all of their staff on the men's and women's side. We got Meredith Merchant, who works in the recreation department here. Also want to give a shout out to Ben Higgins and all of the network operations people. There is no doubt every time I come here, my computer will not get onto the network for some reason, even though it's configured in, it's, all the IT permissions, all that good stuff. And I reach out to Ben and the network ops team, and he always has somebody available to help me. They got me on here yesterday. So we're looking forward to a great weekend of swimming. 2021 winner here was Bryant. WPI came in second. It's kind of a familiar theme over the past few years. Bryant, a winner in 19 and a winner in 18 as well. There was no Gompei meet in 2020 due to COVID. To find the school that, other than Bryant, that has won the most recent, it's Rowan back in 2017. The home team, WPI, was the winner in 16. Stevens men won in 2015, Assumption women. And then back in 2013 and 14, right, it's only fitting WPI with the win on the men's and the women's side. For 13 and the 14, men's won, and the women came in second. So the pools are cleared. All these colleges are going through all their chants. We're just about ready to go. Again, our first event will be event 52, mixed 200-yard medley relay. The pool record in this race was set just last year. The team of Lord, Wong, Bebel, and Carey from Bryant University, 138.69. So if I take a look at the heats here, there's really nobody that's threatening that time except in heat number 4, the contingent from Rowan. They come in with a 139.50. So they are less than a second off. We'll see what Rowan can do and all the other schools here. I will be upfront with you. I do not have the names of the relay swimmers. So all I have on the heat sheet are the schools and the lanes. Obviously, you'll see all of that. But I don't have the names of the relay swimmers. Stephanie Bolas, go Judges. Roll Dice, roll. Deborah, go Bulldogs. So we got a lot of Bryant fans out there. Had a nice conversation with Coach Katie this morning. Also, my daughter is a club-level swimmer, junior in high school, and has a couple of friends on the Bryant team. Jill Carline, who's a freshman. Riley Wirtanen, who is a senior. So it'll be good to see them swim. Fun fact about Jill Carline, standout swimmer here for Bryant. Her dad is also an official. Does a lot of collegiate and pro-level meets as well as club meets, and he's here this morning officiating. So nice for Bill to be able to see his daughter swim and officiate. It's something I couldn't do. I've had an opportunity to be an official. I could never be in a position to disqualify my own kid. And for those of you who are out there in officials, you've probably had to do it at some point along the way, right? And it's just part of the job, but I've been recruited before to be an official, and just something that I couldn't do. As the opening heat of the mixed 200 relay makes their way behind the starting blocks. You'll find lanes 1 and 10 will be open. You'll find Babson B in lane 2, WPI in lane 3, Brandeis in 4, Clark in 5, WPI H in 6, WPI I in 7, Babson A in 8, Merrimack A in lane 9. And what those letters just designate is the different relays, right? So typically you'll start at A. You'll have an A relay, which is typically the fastest relay team. And then you go to B, C, D, down through the alphabet. A lot of times some of the swimmers, the A relay won't always be the same 4 swimmers. A lot of times throughout the season, there'll be different swimmers rotating in and out of there, depending on performance and situation and all of that good stuff as the blocks start to get ready, as you see. Again, we're really excited to be here at WPI covering this prestigious Gompei Invitational. My name is Jeremy Abreu from Abreu Media Productions. I'll be handling all of the color commentary and play-by-play, and I was talking to Nicole and Alex earlier this morning. I don't keep it all swim. So especially we get the 500 this morning. I tend to stray away a little bit. I love to have that audience engagement through the live chat. So if you're out there and you're able to, I'd certainly appreciate you jump into the live chat, say hi, tell me who you're rooting for. We'll give them a shout out. I frequently like to ask the audience questions, get some answers back. If there's something that you want to know, feel free to pop a question in the live chat. We're already up to 80 people this morning. So that's a very good audience for a Friday morning at 9 a.m. Happy Friday to everybody out there working. We're happy to bring you this coverage so all of the friends, family that are unable to be here at WPI in person are able to see their loved ones swim. Once again, we'll have Babson in lane 2, WPI in 3, Brandeis in 4, Clark in 5, WPI in 6 and 7, Babson in 8, and Merrimack in lane number 9. 1 and 10 will be open here. For your viewing orientation, lane 1 is the closest to the bottom of the screen. Lane 10 is at the very top of the screen near the bulkhead. So that's the orientation. Beautiful facility here at WPI. Gets a lot of use not only at the collegiate level but at the club level as well. Many New England swimming meets are held here on a yearly basis. I'd say probably like 20, 25. That number could even be higher. Michelle Roth, shout out to Merrimack. I have a couple of we have a couple of friends on Merrimack as well. Kendra Daly, she swam for my daughter's club team, as did Jenna Durgan. Both swam for Gators Swim Club. So there's the whistle. Let's see if sometimes on that first heat, it depends on what they do on the scoreboard. We might not have the graphics. So let's see what happens here. We should. But again, we'll keep you posted. We'll definitely have them for the second heat. Sometimes that first heat, they do something a little funky with the scoreboard. All right, the scoreboard continues to run here. There we go. We're off and running here at the Gompei Invitational. Again, Babson in 2, WPI in 3, Brandeis in 4, Clark in 5, WPI in 6 and 7, Babson in 8, Merrimack in 9. This is the medley relay. Merrimack out to the early lead at the top of your screen here in lane number 9. They'll be the first to hand it off. Babson running in second in lane 8, Brandeis third in lane number 4 as the breaststrokers enter the water. And as you can see, already a change in the standings here as Babson has taken control. Again, the mixed relay, a little bit of a strategy as to where you put your male and female swimmers. Babson leading the way early now in lane 8. Babson B has moved into second. They're in lane 2. WPI H in lane 6 is running in third, and they're really in second right now. So Babson in 8, WPI in 6. They're running in second right now. Babson B running in third. Babson the first to put their third swimmer in the water, or actually it will be their final swimmer in the water. So good battle here with Babson and WPI, as well as so Brandeis now on a strong freestyle. Looks like they're going to take it home, and it is Brandeis. 146.49 for Brandeis. Babson A takes second. WPI H takes third. So Brandeis off to the strong start. Heat 1 winner here at the Gompei Invitational. So we'll move on to heat number 2. There are your lane assignments. This is a heat dominated by WPI. 5 entries from WPI here. I'm not going to go through all of the lane assignments because you see them here on the screen. WPI, 5 entries. Clark B relay team in lane 5 comes in with the top time, 152.46. So keep an eye on Clark in lane 5. Tech suits mean fast times, says Anthony DiMascola. Yes, for sure. Most of these swimmers are suited up here today. After the backstroke, it is WPI leading the way along with Brandeis. So WPI C and D, they're in lanes 3 and 4. Brandeis is in lane 10 at the top of your screen. So we move into our breaststrokers. No snow up here yet. So Dexter Cardis asks if there's been snow. Thankfully, there's been no snow here in New England so far this year. I'm sure it's right around the corner, though, as we watch Brandeis and WPI. Who's going to touch first? It was WPI technically by 0.4 of a second in lane 3 as our butterfliers enter the water. WPI in lane 7 now looks to be in the lead. That's the E relay from WPI. So they'll have about a 1.5 seconds lead, or a second going into the freestyle. It is WPI leading the way, E over WPI D. Clark in third. As they make their turns, here comes WPIC in lane 3. So the WPIs are battling here. Who's going to touch first at the wall? And it will be WPIC, 146.61. WPIE takes second. Brandeis takes third, 147.43. Again, the meet record here, or the pool record, 138.69. So we'll move into heat number 3. There are your lane assignments. And again, a big contingent from Bryant here. So 5 relays from Bryant University in this heat. This will be our 3rd heat off and running here at Gompei at WPI on this rather chilly Friday here in New England. Debbie Naylor checking in. She's cheering for Bryant and her son, Brandon from Virginia. So good luck to Brandon. Debbie, are you down in Virginia? What's the weather down there? I bet you get some beautiful weather as opposed to up here right now. WPI A leading the way right now. So this is the top relay from WPI in lane 7. And they're showing you why. They lead the way halfway through the breaststroke. They have the silver caps going from right to left right now with red lettering. They'll be the first to hand it off to their anchor swimmer. So WPI will take a 2-second lead over the Bryant F relay. Not the anchor. I forgot about butterfly. How do you forget about butterfly? Again, the order of events here: backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle. WPI remains the leader. Nice butterfly leg here, and now they'll put their anchor swimmer in the water with a 2.25 seconds lead over Bryant I in lane 3. So Bryant was able to shave some time off there. But WPI still remains in the lead. They look like they have this one in control pretty good. Let's take a look, and they will. So WPI A will take 141.37. Bryant I takes second. WPI B takes third. As we move into heat number 4, our final heat. Again, keep an eye on the team from Rowan University in lane 5. They come in with a 139.50. The pool record is 138.69. So we're off and running on our final heat again. Rowan A, they're in lane 5. They're looking to challenge the pool record here. They're less than a second off. We'll see how all of this shakes down. Some good, very good backstroking going on with Rowan in 3 and Bryant in 4. They're 1 and 2 right now. The Rowan A relay team is actually in 7th. That's the team that came in with a 139.50. So it bears keeping an eye on that. Looks like right now it is Springfield in lane 9 with the lead. They have that S. It looks very similar to the Stanford University S. And Bryant B is running in 2nd. Springfield has that quarter-second lead over Bryant B. Rowan A is now moved up into 3rd place. So again, keep an eye on this Rowan contingent in lane 5. They came in with the top time. And it looks like now they have surged ahead into the lead, so they'll put their final swimmer into the water with the lead. Rowan has surged all the way back from 7th place into 1st. Again, they're chasing that pool record of 138. I don't think they're going to get it, but it's going to be close. Or maybe not so close as we look here. And here's a good battle at the end, and it will be Bryant A who takes it, 139.89, so just off of the pool record. Rowan A takes 2nd, Bryant B takes 3rd. So what an exciting way to start off our morning here, folks. Oh, Coach Eileen Hall. Coach, it's Jeremy, not Joe. That's okay. I'll let that one slide by. Coach Eileen Hall joining the broadcast from St. Michael's up in Vermont. Had a nice conversation with Eileen over the summer at the Seniors Championships at Brown University. So welcome to the broadcast, Coach. And, you know, we won't hold it against you. Joe, Jeremy, listen, I've been called much worse, so it's no big deal. I know a lot of Joes out there. So Rowan has a good performance, comes in 2nd. Bryant A gets it done here. As we move on now to the individual events, what they're doing, as you can see on the blocks, they're putting the wedges back on the starting blocks for the individual events. They do not have the wedges on the blocks for the relays because, as you may or may not know, you can start your relay start in a number of different ways. There are actually a lot of relay swimmers who like to, especially like the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th leg. Obviously, the first leg is started like any other race. But there are a lot of relay swimmers who like to start at that very back of the blocks and almost get a running start toward the water. Again, the only rule on those relay exchanges are you cannot leave your toe has to be in contact with the block when the incoming swimmer touches the wall. So that's really the only limitations you have. Coach, it's not awkward at all. Coach, we met a long time ago, and the number of swimmers and divers you have and people you meet, I am a rather insignificant person in your life. So no worries at all. I forget names all the time. Nothing awkward about it. We hope St. Michael's is doing great. And as a matter of fact, as you know, your diver, Ashley, is good friends with my daughter, Addison. They get to hang out a little bit over the break. Ashley did some diving practice while with her old club team. So hopefully Ashley's doing good up there at St. Mike's. So we have a little bit of a break right now. We're going to go on a 5-minute break. I'm going to take this break because I get a lot of talking coming up this weekend. The next event's going to be the 200 IM, so I'm going to keep the pool mic on. The video will stay on. I'm just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the beginning of Event 3. It's the women's 200-yard IM. All right, we're back here at WPI once again alongside Nicole Miller. On the production side, I am Jeremy Abreu from Abreu Media Productions, bringing you all of the exciting swimming action here at the Gompei Invitational at WPI in beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts. And you know, when I was growing up, I don't know if I would have said beautiful Worcester. No disrespect to Worcester, but back in the 80s, Worcester was a lot different than it is now. It is right now, in terms of what they've done, bringing the Worcester, it used to be the Pawtucket Red Sox. Now it's the Worcester Woo Sox, the AAA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, here to Worcester, Massachusetts. I'll tell you, the food situation is unbelievable in Worcester. So if you're here from out of town and you're going to be here this weekend, check out Shrewsbury Street. So Shrewsbury Street here in Worcester has all of the great restaurants. One of my favorites, it's a nice, quaint little place. It's called the Flying Rhino. Absolutely amazing truffle tater tots. So that's my restaurant recommendation if you're here. Nicole gives me the thumbs up. The Flying Rhino, truffle tater tots. Tell them Jeremy sent you. You'll get no discount, but it'll make me feel good. $116 people now on the broadcast, so we really appreciate you taking the time to join the broadcast here. We're going to be moving into our second event. Well, really, it'll be event 3. It's the women's 200-yard IM. There are your lane assignments. We got all our graphics showing. I couldn't be happier. Lanes 1, 2, 9, and 10 will be open. Hannah Poulos in lane 3 from Clark. Chloe Johnson in 4 from WPI. Ivy Joyle from Clark in 5. Catherine Wade from Springfield in 6. Becky Young from WPI in 7. And it's Sarah Griffith from Bentley in lane number 8. So a little different than the medley relay that you see. Medley relay starts off with the back. On the individual medley, we start off with the fly. They'll rotate over to backstroke. They'll move into breast, and then they'll finish with free. Chloe Johnson from WPI leading the way, not by much though. Our top 3 swimmers 4/10 of a second apart. Ivy Joyle comes in with the top time in this heat, 2:33.17. She's a freshman. I think she's a freshman. I don't know what FY means on the sheet. So there are FRs, which I know is freshman, but FY I'm not sure. So if Ivy Joyle's friends or family are out there, jump into the live chat. What year is Ivy? Sarah Griffith from Bentley has now taken over the lead. She's in lane number 8 with the breaststroke here. Nice turn for Griffith. Nice pull out as well. Griffith running in first. In second, it's Chloe Johnson. She's starting to narrow the gap here, so let's see if she can really make up that gap in the final 50. Griffith will take a 2.5 second lead over Johnson and Young, both from WPI, into the freestyle. Sarah Griffith from Bentley came in with a 2:38.71. 5th year. You know what, Michelle Roth, you take the prize of the day. I think that is 5th year. Good, nice catch there. So Sarah Griffith takes it from Bentley, 2:27.23. Johnson takes second. Wade takes third. As we move into heat number 2, there are your lane assignments. Kinsey Ginsburg, a freshman from Rowan, comes in with a 226.99. She's in lane 5. Okay, Michelle Roth, we thought you were right with 5th year. It's actually 1st year. So some schools, instead of referring to their freshmen as freshmen, they refer to them as 1st year. So FY is 1st year. So I'm going to call those 1st year students freshmen, just so I don't forget and say 5th year. So, Michelle, we thought we were, Michelle, you had me convinced. You're very convincing. But even though you put the question mark there, so that does help your cause here. Anastasia BQ from Brandeis leading the way. She'll make her turn from back to breaststroke. Stewart, her Brandeis teammate, running in 2nd. Dino 3rd from WPI. Our top 3 swimmers are 9/10 of a second apart, folks. Biku from Brandeis in lane 4 leads the way, as you can see, though, going from left to right. She'll make her turn and enter her pullout. Good pullout there by Biku. She comes in with a 227.85, so she'll be looking to improve on that time. Here comes Bella Stefanowicz from Rowan. So keep an eye on lane 6. Stefanowicz has cut this deficit to 0.3 of a second heading into the freestyle. It is still Anastasia Biku from Brandeis leading the way in lane 4. But Stefanowicz closing the gap. They're almost simultaneous going into that final 25 turn. Let's see if Stefanowicz can catch Biku. Biku's been our leader all the way through here. They're at the flags and into the wall. Will Biku hold on? And it is Anastasia Biku, 219 flat. Stefanowicz takes 2nd, Stewart 3rd. I also forgot, I was remiss in not mentioning Wendy Wallace, part of the sports administration staff here at WPI. Again, part of that great WPI family as we move into heat number 3. Jordan Nuzback, a sophomore from Bentley in lane 5, comes in with your top time, 2:14.62. Yeah, Stephanie Bowles says, yep, FY. We just found that out, Stephanie. You know, it really threw me for a loop. I'm used to seeing, FR, SO, JR, SR, right? Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Don't throw any more abbreviations at me. I get really confused. So FY had me a little off my game there. Nuzback leads the way. But look at this. The top 6 swimmers all within just about a second of each other early here. But it is Jordan Nuzback from Bentley leading the way in lane 5. Looks like Jillian Stevens from Bryant has now surged into the lead in lane 2. Stevens will make the touch first, 0.3 ahead of Nuzback. A little over a 1.25 seconds ahead of Fultz from WPI. Nuzback still in the mix here, as is Stevens. Nuzback has moved back into the lead, though, here with breaststroke. Here comes Angela Lee from Babson in lane 9 as well. It was actually Nina Lamb, though, who touched first at that last wall. So Lamb, Nuzback, and Fultz, they're your top 3. And you see, this is going to be a tight race here, folks. Keep an eye on lanes 3, 4, and 5. tightly bunched group of swimmers. Angela Lee from Babson, she's trying to get into the mix here in the top two. Who's going to touch first? It looks like it's Fultz ahead. Who touches first? And it is Morgan Fultz from WPI takes it. Nusback takes second, Lamb third. So great race there as we move into heat number 4 of 5. Folks, we'll be here the next 2 mornings at 9 a.m. We'll have diving coverage for you at 1 o'clock and finals action each night at 6, except for Sunday, it'll be 5 o'clock. So you'll find all the action here at the WPI Athletics YouTube page. There are your lane assignments for heat number 4. Lily Frazier, the senior from Springfield, comes in with a 2:14.16. That's our top time for this heat coming in. So for the diving, just giving you a heads up for the diving, we will not have commentary or graphics for the diving. We will have a camera that is fixed on the 3 diving boards on the far end. So we'll have all of the diving action for you. We won't have any commentary on diving. We won't have any. We may have a graphic which shows the order of the divers. I'm waiting to get that from the staff here at WPI, and then I can put that up on the screen over on the right-hand side where there's some space. So we will have swimming and diving for you here. Lily Frazier from Springfield continues to lead the way at the halfway mark. She's at a 1:00.88 ahead of Carolyn Blank, her teammate from Springfield. And it's Grace Noble from Bryant in lane 9, currently running third. 132 people out there. Let's continue to make those numbers rise, folks. Get that link out to all of your friends, all of your family. These swimmers all deserve the biggest audience they can get. Once again, we're here at WPI for the Gompei Invitational, hosted by WPI. Swimming and diving. Frazier remains in the lead heading into the freestyle. So she's had quite a dominating performance here. She's led in all stages of this IM. Could be a Springfield 1 and 2 finish. We'll see. Grace Noble might have something to say about that. She's running in second right now. Just ahead of Carolyn Blank from Springfield, but it will be Lizzie Frazier who takes heat number 4. 2:12.01 for Frazier. Noble takes second. Sykes takes third from WPI. So nice swim there by Molly Sykes. She was in 5th at the halfway mark. She comes back to take third as we move into our 5th and final heat. There are your lane assignments. Top overall seed here on the women's side is Ella Pennington. She's a freshman from Rowan, 2:13.35. So we'll keep an eye on Pennington from Rowan. Ella Pennington is the leader. She came in with the top time. She's showing why. She finishes up the butterfly in a 27.07. Kupski second from Babson. Grennan from Bryant third. So our top 3 swimmers relatively close here as we enter the backstroke again. Backstroke looking at 3 things really. Shoulder rotation, keeping that head straight, and in my opinion, the most important thing, keeping those hips up in the water. As you'll see in a lot of the longer backstroke events, once those hips start to drop in the water, that creates some drag, slows you down a bit. Pennington, Grennan, Kupski, 1, 2, and 3 right now. So we enter the breaststroke, but it is Ella Pennington once again, just like our last race in Lizzie Frazier. Pennington has led from the beginning here. Not really a surprise considering she comes in as the top seed. She's a freshman from Rowan. Rowan, of course, in Glassboro, New Jersey. So we welcome Rowan here to beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts today. No change in the top. Pennington, Grennan, Kupski, they go 1, 2, and 3 right now, and this is Pennington's race to lose. She's got about a body length on Samantha Grennan, so can Grennan make some moves here in the final 25? Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a tough task here. So it will be Ella Pennington, our overall women's winner, I believe. Let's check that time, and yes, 2:07:15. So she drops 6 seconds. So that is a major drop here, folks. 6-second drop for Pennington. Grennan takes second. Kupski takes third. So congratulations to Ella Pennington from Rowan. As we move on to event number 4, it's the men's 200 IM. We usually have a results graphic, which for some reason isn't working spectacularly right now. We'll see if we can get that going. Here's the opening heat of the men's 200 IM. Lanes 1, 9, and 10 are open. Our top time belongs to Brynave Twyman from Clark University, 2:11:91. So Matthew Crane from WPI leading the way. Julian Poindexter, the first openly trans swimmer in WPI history, competing here in lane number 3. So looking pretty good as well. But it's Matthew Crane in lane 8. Jake Williams from Bryant in lane 2 has surged into the lead here. Williams, Crane, Bowers, your top 3. Jake Williams, the senior from Bryant. This might be his first time swimming this 2IM. He comes in with no time. So a nice performance by Williams here. $2:00:37 for Williams. So nice job by Williams from Bryant. Crane from WPI takes second. Griffin Bowers from WPI takes third. So WPI goes 2 and 3 here, but it is Jake Williams from Bryant, your Heat 1 of the 2IM winner. So how many kids make finals? There's a A, B, and C finals. So that would be 30. So the top 30, there will be an A, B, and a C flight of finals. The question was asked. At least that's what I believe. I mean, this is a 10-lane pool. They always use all of the 10 lanes in all of the championship meets. Gabe, you'd be right. If they only used 8 lanes, it would be 24, but I believe it will be the top 30. We'll get a update on that for you as we move into heat number 2. John Pukska from WPI comes in with the top time. He's a senior, 2:08:33. But right now it's Owen Cross, his WPI teammate, leading the way. As is Marcelo Carrion from Babson. So keep an eye on Carrion here. Jack Ossie has now really extended out into the lead. So nice backstroke by Ossie as he'll make the turn over to breaststroke. A lot of different turns you'll see. You'll see a bucket turn, a crossover turn, an open turn. Aussie opting for an open turn as he transitions from back to breast. Here comes Carrion from Babson in lane 8. Jack Aussie remains your leader, though. Freshman from Bryant came in with a 2:08.93. He's getting some real heat on the outside here by Marcelo Carrion from Babson. They will go into the freestyle 1 and 2. It is Aussie with the half a second lead on Carrion, but as you can see, toward the top of your screen, they are stroke for stroke into the final wall. It may be Aussie by a tenth or two. Good underwater there by both as they made that turn. To the naked eye, it looks like it's Aussie trying to hold off Carrion, and it will be Jack Aussie from Bryant taking heat number 2, 2:00.18. Nice race there by Jack. Carrion takes second, Pukska takes third. As we move into heat number 3, we're up to almost 150 folks on the live stream. Again, we appreciate you taking the time to join us here from WPI. Alongside Nicole Miller on the production side, I am Jeremy Abreu from Abreu Media Productions, bringing you all of the action, and all of the action takes us now to heat number 3. Brandon Naylor, the sophomore from Virginia, comes in with a 1:58.78. He has our top time coming into this heat. Very tightly bunched group of swimmers. Naylor leads the way. Our top 5 swimmers less than a half a second apart here, folks. So you see them in lanes 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That is Eisenhut, Ingo, Naylor, Kim, and Lee. All tightly bunched up. It looks like it's Tanner Eisenhut, though, potentially in the lead by a sliver. Let's see what they look like at the wall here. And no, it was Josh Kim from Babson, a little over a tenth ahead. Once again, our top 5 swimmers are 0.6 of a second apart. So Kim, Eisenhut, and Lee all in contention here as they make their turn for the final 25 of the breaststroke. Andrew Ingo from Brandeis looks like he has moved into the lead, and he has. So he's got the 1/10 of a second lead over Eisenhut. Lee has fallen to a second behind. See if there's any more changes here. But Andrew Ingo from Brandeis continues to hold on to that slim lead over Tanner Eisenhut. But here comes Eisenhut with a late surge. He overtakes Ingo at the flags and into the wall. It will be Eisenhut from Bentley, 1:55.95. Ingo takes second. Lee takes third. So nice job there by the senior from Bentley, Tanner Eisenhut. Your Heat 3 winner, 1:55.95 as we move into Heat 4 of 5. Joe Rucci, the senior from Rowan, comes in with our top time here, 1:56.88. He's in lane number 5. Again, lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 tightly bunched. That's Aiden Trenery, Zachary Cheung, Joe Rucci, Jonathan Chang, Michael Fracciola. Rucci, though, first to touch after the fly, 23.98 for his 50 fly leg as they turn into backstroke. It remains Rucci in the lead. Swimming from right to left, that dark-colored cap. Here comes Zachary Cheung from Babson on his inside there in lane 4. Aiden Trenery from Bryant in third right now, but our top two swimmers have, pulled ahead ever so slightly, about a body length ahead of third place. Joe Rucci has led this thing from the beginning. Zachary Cheung from Babson is right there with him. Rucci will take this lead into the freestyle. So Rucci, the senior from Rowan, came in with a 156.88, has pulled away now from Cheung and is on his way to a Heat 4 victory. So a good back half there by Rucci. 152.98, a 4-second time drop. Aiden Trenery comes back and moves into second, and it's Michael Fracciola from Rowan taking third. So Rowan goes 1 and 3 here. Rucci drops 4 seconds, and he is the winner of Heat 4 as we move into Heat number 5. Okay, so we got that results graphic to work. Let's see if that automatically comes off as it should when they advance. A little bit of a holdup here as we go into our final heat. Josh Sellis from Babson comes in with the top time overall, 155.99. He'll be in lane 5. So a little bit of a holdup. Not sure what the holdup is. One of the officials was at the scorer's table. So there are your final results for heat number 4. Officials seem to be doing some conferring. Looks like our starter is back in place. Heat 5 of 5. Josh Sellers from Babson in lane 5 comes in with the top time. 155.99. Our next event, we call it Lightning Warfare, 50 free. So we go from the 200 relay, the 2IM, to the 50 free, fastest races that we'll see here. Right now it's Kevin Yanagasawa and Christopher Smith. It was actually Smith at the wall first from WPI. So Christopher Smith, the freshman from WPI, comes in with a 159.94. Looking really strong here at the backstroke. He surged ahead here of Yanagasawa, who is swimming out of lane 3 from Rowan. And I can figure this out. Yanagasawa is a grad student because it's a GS next to the name. So even I can figure that one out, that he's a grad student. Jessica Holland, let's go Joe Rucci. Shari Coutant, way to go Rowan. Does anyone have a schedule of events? Yes, so the schedule of events for this morning, we're in the 200 IM right now. This will be followed by the 50 freestyle, the 500 freestyle, the 200 breaststroke, the 100 butterfly, and then the 800 free relay to close out the morning. So that's the order of events here. Christopher Smith remains our leader So I don't want to call it an upset, but Christopher Smith did not come in here with the top time. He came in with the third fastest time, but he's going to leave this 2IM with the top time. So Christopher Smith from WPI, 154.63, a 5-second time drop. Roman San Juan from Bryant comes in second. In third, it's Josh Sellers from Babson. So nice job by Christopher Smith as we move into event 5. We got that graphics working for you now, that results. Results will populate by Nicole, and then when they move to the next heat, they disappear. So perfect. As we move into the 50 free, there will be 6 heats here, folks. Lanes 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, and 10 open on our first heat. Katerina Malinovic from Clark in lane 4. Faith Morrison from Springfield in 5. Izzy Gustafson from Clark in 6. Carolyn Steffens from Clark in lane 7. So all Clark except lane 5. That's Morrison from Springfield. Again, this is a quick up and back. Morrison from Springfield leads the way right now. Here comes Steffens from Clark, and it will be Morrison. 28-32, wins by a half a second over Steffens. Juliet Rowson watching, cheering on Bryant from the UK. So our first international check-in here this morning. We're up to almost 150 on the live stream. Welcome from the UK. We appreciate you taking the time to join us here at WPI for this Gompei Invitational. We're in heat number 2. It looks like we have a scratch in lane 5. So no lane 5, so that brings the top time coming into heat number 2 from Wynn Collins, freshman from Clark, 27.82. KC McLeod from WPI is 27.75. And it looks like it will be KC McLeod. Yes, 25.79 for McLeod. Nelson from Rowan takes second. Sophia Silva from Babson takes third. There are your results. We'll move right into heat number 3. We're cruising along here this morning from Worcester. Texas, we have Texas in the house as well. UK, Texas, Virginia, we are global, folks. So we move into heat number 3. Cleo Zhu from Bentley has the top time in this heat, 26.92. He's a sophomore. She's a sophomore, excuse me. Keep an eye on her in lane 5. Molly Cox from Babson looks, though, to be out in front right now with some outside smoke in lane 9. Will she touch first? And she does. Molly Cox from Babson, your heat winner. Zhu takes second. Harbrick takes third. So really tight there, racing at the top. But Molly Cox, your heat 3 winner. We'll move on to heat number 4. Emma Rennie from Brandeis with our top time coming into this heat. 24.5 for Rennie. She's in lane 5. Again, we go from our quickest part of the program to our slowest part after this with the 500 free. Emma Rennie continues to be in the lead. Will she touch first? She's at the wall, and it is Rennie taking first. Wu from WPI second. Galvin from Bentley takes third. It was Kendra Daly also from Merrimack taking fourth. Have to give our local swimmers some love. Kendra, all-state swimmer at Classical High School in Rhode Island, now swimming for Merrimack as we move into heat number 5. McKaylee Charlemagne from Springfield, the senior, comes in with a 24.28. Again, very tightly bunched. It looks like Charlemagne from Springfield is in the lead. Will she outtouch Shen? And she will. Springfield goes 1 and 2. Charlemagne 1, Shen 2. Jill Carline from Bryant takes third, 24-20 for Carline. And we'll move into our sixth and final heat. It is Marcela Figueroa, the freshman from Bryant, with a 24-27. Our top time coming in, she'll be in lane 5. Nice start there by Jordan McChesney, in lane 6 from Rowan. Again, with these 50 frees, it's all about that reaction time and the turn. That will make or break your 50 free. Laurel Carey in lane 4 from Bryant looks to be the leader, and no, it's Figueroa out-touching Carey by 14/100ths. McChesney comes in third, but Bryant goes 1 and 2 in our final heat on the women's side. As we move into event number 6, it's the men's 50-yard freestyle. Lane 1 will be open. Danny Callahan, the freshman from Rowan, leads the way with a 24-39. So here's my ask for all of my WPI staff that's listening. If somebody could bring me up a listing of the finals for the events that have already taken place, I will read them out over the air during the 500. So that would be great. I hear them over the PA, but I'm not able to totally pay attention to that. So that would be great if we could get a listing of the final swimmers as we move on to heat number 2. Matthew Crane, the sophomore from WPI, comes in with the top time, 23:33. Charles Keene from Bryant making some noise on the outside. Lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, and it's Keene. You rarely see a 50 winner come from an outside lane. Charles Keene does just that. Crane takes second. Hammond takes third. So nice race there by Charles Keene, the junior from Bryant, as we move into heat number 3. Top time coming in belongs to Solomon Skelton Harris from Brandeis, 22:96. So sometimes when people are climbing out of the pool, they'll trigger the graphics. So the standings are going to be a little off on this one, folks. What happens is sometimes when that next race starts, sometimes someone can trigger the touchpad, or even what we call a false touch. Sometimes the power of the water, especially in these 50 frees, can trigger that touchpad as we move into heat number 4. Benton Farabee from Brandeis comes in with the top time here, 22:69. And this is too close to call, folks. Maybe lane 2, Jack Brazer from WPI, and it is Brazer who takes it. Burke from Bryant takes second. Cherney from Brandeis takes third, but Jack Brazer from WPI, 22:34, the winner of heat 4. Will move into heat number 5 of 7. Jack Watson from Rowan comes in with your top time, 21:70. Well, now we're going to get into those fast times. A lot of swimmers in the 21s here. Watson and his teammate, Paul Ryder, are battling for supremacy here in lane 5, heat 5, and it's Whiter and Watson. They go 1 and 2. Nathan Ford takes third, so 0.7 of a second separate our top 3 swimmers. as we move into heat number 6, where you'll find Connor Lofstrom, the sophomore from Bryant, with the top time coming in, 21:56. Pat Anatarasoto Sodi, Anu Tarasodi. Pat, I'm sorry, I'm messing up your name here in lane 3, and you're having a heck of a day here. So we're going to call him Pat A because I don't want to butcher his name, and it is Pat A from Bryant, Bentley, Babson. Wow, I'm having a tough time in this heat. Takes it. Baguman takes second. DiGennaro takes third. Folks, occasionally that happens. A name will throw me off. It'll just get in my head. You got to be sharp in the mental game here in the broadcast world as well as in the pool. This is our final heat. Heat number 7. Ryan Looney from Bentley comes in with the top time, 21:52. So he's out in front right now. His teammate Calvin Yee from Bentley looks like he's in second. Can Bentley go 1 and 2? Looney takes first. Yee takes Bentley. Bentley goes 1 and 2. It's Mason Campbell from Bryant third, and now we'll move in to the 500s. I know these are Nicole's favorite races of the day, the 500 freestyle. So, folks, we'll take, obviously we're going to bring you the coverage, but I'm not going to call every turn. If you've got any questions for me, please feel free to jump into the live chat, answer any questions. If anybody's listening from the staff here in the Rec Center at WPI, if you're able to grab down at the scorers table, get me the printed finals results for the events that have already taken place, that would be great because I can announce them over the air. I can announce our A, B, and C finals. But meanwhile, we're going to move into event number 7. This is the women's 500 free. Victoria Corcoran from WPI. She's a freshman in lane 4. Natalie Carrington, also from WPI, in lane 5, the sophomore. The senior from Clark, Aislinn Blair, will be in lane 6. And the freshman from Clark, Wynn Collins, will be in lane 7. Again, this is the 500 free. So we'll bring you all of that action here. As we bring you this 500 free, Corcoran and Carrington and Blair and Collins all looking strong here. In local professional sports, it was the Patriots taking the L last night at home to Buffalo, 24-10. The game really wasn't as competitive as the score would indicate. That game did not, even though it was a 14-point game, Patriots totally outclassed as the balance of power has changed in the AFC East over the past few years. It is the Boston Celtics, though, off to their 18-4 start. They'll be taking on the Miami Heat tonight. They beat the Miami Heat 2 nights ago at home. One of those rare home-and-home series. Every NBA team is doing it at least once on the schedule, where they'll play the same team 2 out of 3 nights at home. Blair and Carrington leading the way here. Blair from Clark, Carrington from WPI. They're in lanes 5 and 6. Carrington in 5, Blair in 6. Again, we welcome you to the Abreu Media Productions broadcast of the Gompei Invitational here at WPI. Carrington and Blair here in the first heat of our 500 free. They keep going back and forth. It's now Carrington who has the lead in lane 5. That's Natalie Carrington. Sophomore from WPI, she comes in with a 6:12.49. WPI, of course, doing a great job to prepare for this rather large meet. A very full pool deck. Facilities are spotless as usual. And we thank WPI for all of their great hospitality as Natalie Carrington, speaking of WPI, continues to lead the way. She's at the 250-yard mark, so halfway through. She's holding on to about a 1.5 to a 2-second lead on Ashlyn Blair. Let's see what that lead is now. It's, yep, just under 2 seconds. Carrington has been fairly consistent in those splits, 36-6, excuse me, 31, 36-1, 37-5, 37-0, 37-3, 38-5. So that was the first 38, her last 50. We'll keep an eye on where she is now. $38.06. Blair in second. She was a 38.86. Again, a great audience so far out on the live stream. We've been pushing about 150 people, which is great here for a Friday morning at the Gompei Invitational. Carrington remains your leader at the 400-yard mark. She's stretched it out to almost 3 seconds. Bryant looking to make this one 4 in a row. They were the 18 winner, the 19 winner, of course. Due to COVID, there was no meet in 2020. Bryant won last year. They're looking to win here for the 4th year in a row. There's the bell for Carrington. Blair remains about 3 seconds behind. There are 5 heats of the women's 500 free. 5 heats on the men's side. Looks like Natalie Carrington has this one well in hand. So Carrington from WPI will be your opening heat winner of the 500. 6:10.48 for Carrington. So that's a 2-second time drop. Congrats to her. Ashlyn Blair goes to 6:15. That's a 6-second time drop. So good time drops all around here. Carrington and Blair. Collins makes her final turn. Corcoran goes to 6:37.77. We'll finish up with her. Wynn Collins from Clark in lane 7. Teammates cheering her on. So again, Natalie Carrington, your Heat 1 winner of the women's 500 free. There are your results. We'll move into Heat number 2. Caitlin Grove from WPI comes in with the top time here, 5:48.87. So we have a full allotment, a full pool of swimmers.
Results this morning for the fifth event, the women's 50-yard freestyle, starting with the alternatives, Madison Kaklia and Morgan Kingsley.
Tiffany Kirkland from Merrimack leads the way very early on. Caitlin Karen from Babson running in second. Sophia Silver from Babson in third. Leon Savick rooting for Sid. Coach and Sparger from Clark. She's in lane number 8. But right now it's Caitlin Karen from Babson just ahead of Caitlin Grove from WPI. They're in lane 6 and 5 respectively. Karen with the white cap. Grove with the silver cap, red lettering. They're going from right to left right now. Again, we're working on getting you the finals swimmers for tonight. If you do have the app called Meet Mobile on your iOS or Android device, you can go into Meet Mobile and they will have the results there. Caitlin Karen remains our leader in lane 6. A second and a quarter ahead of Holstein. Karen, Holstein, and Silver, your top 3 right now as we're in the 300-yard mark. Here in our second heat of the 500-yard freestyle. And Karen remains in that lead. Holstein continues to cut into that deficit. She's down to 0.4 of a second. She made up almost a full second in that last 50, and you see just how close they are in lanes 6 and 7. Karen from Babson, Holstein from Merrimack. They are literally stroke for stroke. And will this be the 50 that Holstein takes over the lead? And it is. So Sarah Holstein from Merrimack takes the lead over Caitlin Karen. It has been Karen in the lead since the beginning of this race. Holstein was in 5th after the 50, 4th after the 100, in 2nd all the way through up to the 400. Now she's surged into the lead here in lane number 7. Appreciate the kind words, Haley. We just try and make this fun, you know? It's swimming. It's not rocket science. We like to keep it fun. We like to keep our viewers informed. And we like to keep everybody engaged, so I appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much. Sarah Holstein on her way to a Heat 2 victory in the 500. Holstein, the sophomore from Merrimack, came in with a 5:55.92. Let's see what she goes out in. She's going to drop some significant time here, folks. 5:33, 22-second time drop for Holstein. Karen takes second, Silver takes third, so Babson goes 2 and 3. But Holstein, a 22-second time drop. So congratulations to the sophomore from Merrimack with a great performance here in heat number 2 of the women's 500 free. There are your final results. Sarah Holstein, again, your Heat 2 winner from Merrimack, 22-second time drop. For those of you who know swimming, which I'm sure all of you do, that's a major, major drop. So congratulations to Sarah. As we move into heat number 3, it's Lilia Molitieri from Merrimack who comes in with the top time, 5:39.10. She's in lane 5. Madison Capria from Bentley in lane 1. Sophia Stewart from Brandeis in 2. Maria Nenadic from Springfield in 3. Maria McMahon from Rowan in 4. It's the aforementioned Molitieri in lane 5. Faith Gambardelli from Bryant in 6. Sophia Matera from Merrimack in 7. Emma Baumhauer from Springfield in 8. Anna Callahan from WPI in 9. And it's Allie Burnett from Springfield in lane number 10. It's Maria McMahon from Rowan leading the way right now. She's followed very closely by Molitieri. They are in lanes 4 and 5. Capria running in 3rd from Bentley right now, but it's McMahon, Molitieri, and Capria. Nenadic. Sorry. Thank you. Packy Watson, I appreciate it. Nenadic. So it is Maria Nenadic in lane 3 from Springfield. I always appreciate, here's the thing, folks. I always appreciate and will never, ever take offense to you helping me with pronunciations. I try and nail every name because I really always feel bad when I screw up someone's name. But I'm human. I probably have a 95% name rate. So, Packy, I appreciate it. The correct pronunciation for Maria Nenadic from Springfield in lane 3. It remains McMahon, Molitieri, and Baumhauer. Our top 3 swimmers is separated by a little over a second and a quarter, but the real battle between McMahon and Molitieri in lanes 4 and 5. My last name is pronounced, my family pronounces it Abreu, A-B-R-E-U, but I get called all sorts of things. Abreu, Abreu. Sometimes they spell it A-B-R-E-A-U. So we do have results of the preliminaries. So these are all unofficial. There will be scratches and such. But for the women's 200 IM, swimming in the A final will be Nina Lamb, Carolyn Blank, Molly Sykes, Grace Noble, Jordan Nusback, Morgan Foltz, Lizzie Frazier, April Kupski, Samantha Grennan, and our top overall seed, Ella Pennington. Swimming in the B final will be Jenna Durgan, Hannah King, Lily Rice, Elizabeth Athanas, Grace Motizzi, Nellie Clark, Jillian Stevens, Emily Dussault, Lindsay Cave, and Angela Lee. Swimming in our C final will be Riley Jouse, Kendall Garvey, Caroline Hubert, Kylie Herbstuber, Sophia Stewart, Alexis Kitchob, Bella Stefanowicz, Audrey Teo, Becca Kaplan, and Anastasia Biku. Our two alternates are Audrey Dino and Emma Chensky. Of course, there will be scratches, folks, so those are completely unofficial, but that's where we stand for the women. Going into the men, top 30. First two alternates, Ashton Lyon and Matthew Crane, swimming in our C final. Bora Hurst, Dominic Marco, Dan Forsyth, John Puksta, Matthew Segee, TJ Modersky, Colton Litwinsick, Sam Bundy, Michael Motizzi, and Marcelo Carrion. Swimming in our B final, it will be Jake Thomas, Rocky Tang, Jake Williams, Rocco Evangelista, Jack Ossie, Kevin Yangasawa, Brandon Naylor, Josh Kim, Blake Albanese, and Zachary Cheung. And swimming in our A final will be Jonathan Chan, Michael Franciola, Nathan Ford, Ben Lee, Andrew Ngo, Josh Sellers, Tanner Eisenhut, Roman San Juan, Christopher Smith, and our top overall seed going into the finals tonight, Joe Rucci, the senior from Rowan. As we finish up here, and it will be Lydia Moliteri who takes it from Merrimack, 5:28.30. It was Faith Gambardella from Bryant taking second, and Emma Baumhauer from Springfield taking third. Moliteri goes over 5:28.30. That is an 11-second time drop. So nice job by Lydia there. As we move into heat number 4, there are your lane assignments. Top time coming in belongs to Charlie Legalis from Bryant, 5:17.75. We're going to go back into those finals. Women's 50 free. First two alternates, Morgan Kinsley and Madison Capria. Swimming in the C final, it will be Catherine Curry, Cleo Zhu, Casey McLeod, Mads Green, Molly Cox, Hannah King, Elizabeth Jones, Riley Wirtanen, Erin Kelleher, and Cameron Zuliani. Swimming in our B final, Laura Jones, Dariana Gonzalez, Natalie Chamberlain, Monica Lazuka, Audrey Daniels, Chloe Gonzalez, Haley Campbell, Sophia Zenoise, Kendra Daly, and Kate Galvin. And swimming in our A final will be Andrea Wu, Leah Kolb, Jordan McChesney, Laurel Carey, Marcella Figueroa, Erin Daruska, Jill Carline, Emma Rennie, Kay Shen, and our top overall seed on the women's 50 free side, the senior from Springfield, Michaela Charlemagne. Moving into the men's 50 free, our alternates, Sergio Torres and Alex Rowson, swimming in the C final. Henry Lynch, Marshall Wilson, Eric Cherney, Spencer Ernst, Nico Andriano, John Puksta, Ryan Burke, Tyler Marzano, Gavin Luong, Jack Brazier. Swimming in our B final, Sean Riordan, Leo Luna, James Smith, Reese Stevenson, Eric Zhao, Jimmy Kundratz, Luke Zonghetti, Nathan Ford, and Connor Lofstrom. And swimming in our A final, it is Sam Destang, Wellington Chan, Mason Campbell. First name is cut off here, but it's Downey Lamprey from Babson, Matt DiGennaro from Rowan, Bagiuman from Clark, Calvin Yee, Pat Anatorazati, Paul Ryder, Ryan Looney, and our top overall seed coming into the 50 free finals tonight will be Jack Watson, the junior from Rowan. So those are the finals results that I have for you right now. I don't have any other finals results. We'll continue to request and hopefully get them for you as we continue to move forward in the program here. Deborah says, go Bryant Women's 500. Shout out to Michaela Pierce and Anna Jackson. Anthony DiMescola says, go Lotta, cheering from Washington State. Hi, Nicole. Oh, all right. So Nicole's roommate's dad. What's up, Anthony? Washington State. So another state joining us here. Nicole is doing a fantastic job on the production side. So I knew I was in good hands as soon as I met Nicole this morning. Very bright young lady. Helping me out tremendously here this morning. As we see Michaela Pierce from Bryant leading the way. So she moved into first at the 200-yard mark. She looks really strong here. Leading the way will give you that lead. It's almost 2 seconds over Neva Sa from Merrimack and Charlie Legalis from Bryant, almost a 4-second lead over Charlie. So Michaela Pierce looking exceptionally strong. Freshman at Bryant, came in with a 5:17.75. She's brought that lead over Sa to almost 3 seconds. So my crack producer and statistician here, Nicole Miller, tells me that Michaela Pierce swam in the Olympics for the Virgin Islands in 2020. So no surprise here to see this performance that Pierce is putting on in heat number 4 of the 500. She's been either at the lead or in the lead for just about this whole race. And she will take this thing home. So Michaela Pierce came in with a 5:17.75. She'll go out with a 5:04.69. So a 13-second time drop for Pierce. Neva Sa takes second. Habkowitz takes third from Bentley. But the story here is Pierce, a 13 or 14-second time drop for the winner from Bryant University. So nice job there by Michaela as we move into our 5th and final heat. Kimberly Coffer, thank you for the kind words. I certainly appreciate it. Kimberly, get some more friends and family on the broadcast here this weekend, right? We got finals tonight. We got 2 more full days of swimming. I think we can break 300 people on a broadcast this weekend. We were right around that 150 mark all day so far. If each of you bring one more friend or send that link to one more person, we'll easily surpass 300. And I know we can do better than that. So we're moving into heat number 5. 4 Bulldogs in this heat from Bryant, led by Jillian Stevens. She comes in with the top time overall coming into this 500 free on the women's side, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, so we were off a little bit. That happens. The Virgin Island Olympic swimmer was not Michaela Pierce, but it was, drum roll please, Natalia Coopers in lane 6 from Bryant. So Natalia was representing the U.S. Virgin Islands in the 2020 Olympics. And just like her teammate Pierce in the last race, it's no surprise she's out in front very early. And look at this. We have Olympians all over the place. Cheryl Blank tells us Michaela Charlemagne from Springfield College swam in the Olympics for St. Lucia in the 50 free. Woo! That is absolutely fantastic. Charlemagne is our top seed on the women's side going into finals tonight for the 50 free. Wow. I have never called any races for Olympians except once. So my daughter swims for Gator Swim Club. Her teammate, Jayla Pina, swam in the 2020 Olympics for Cabo Verde. Jayla is now a swimmer at the University of Pittsburgh. Yes, with her brother Troy. And funny story, their sister LaTroya was supposed to swim for Cabo Verde as well. Those Olympics, if you remember, got delayed a year because of COVID. LaTroya was going to med school, was unable to keep up the training. She did attend the Olympics with her brother and sister. But Jayla is a freshman at the University of Pittsburgh. Troy is a police officer in Rhode Island for North Kingstown Police Department. So shout out to Troy and all our first responders out there. But we have Olympians all over the place. I mean, Nicole and I feel like Olympians, right? Right? I mean, we're the Olympic broadcasting team here, and Cooper's is leading the way. So that is pretty cool. Thank you, Debbie Naylor, for giving us the correction, as well as Jessica Jackson. Iowa is checking in. Sarah Daruska. So we have states far and wide. We have Olympians far and wide. We have Natalia Coopers, who swam for the U.S. Virgin Islands in the 2020 Olympics. That is super awesome. I couldn't even, I got to experience the Olympic thing through my daughter's friend Jayla, who swam for Cabo Verde. Jayla and my daughter both attend Seekonk High School, so they swam high school together. They swam club together. They remain very good friends. And, when they got back, we saw all these videos that they took, and it was just such an amazing experience. So for Michaela and Natalia to be able to swim at that Olympic level is just fantastic. So I wish them all the best. That is awesome. I hope they get to swim in another Olympics, too, coming up in a couple years here. Kimberly Coffer is actually checking in from Long Island. Jessica Jackson from Nashville, Tennessee. Jessica, I went to Nashville for work, my real job, last month. It was the first time I've ever been in Tennessee, as Coopers remains in the lead here in lane 6. She's followed by Jenna Wild from Brandeis. Anna Jackson from Bryant occupying third. So I went to Nashville in October. We had a 3-day sales meeting in Nashville, Tennessee, and had a fantastic time. Got to go to a private concert at Luke Bryan's Rooftop Bar. I'm sure you're familiar with that place, Jessica, being from Nashville. So we had a great time, great city. So thank you for joining us here this morning, as Natalia Coopers has 50 to go. So we'll keep an eye on her time. She came in with a 5:16.56. Stevens came in with a 5:15 flat. And Coopers is going to blow her time out of the water, flirting with a sub-5 time. She ends up 5:03.61. So just about a 13-second time drop. Jenna Wild from Brandeis takes second. Nicole Caruso from Brandeis takes third. So Brandeis goes 2 and 3. So great job by the Brandeis young ladies here in the 500. So there are your final results as we shift into the men's side. This is the event 8, the men's 500-yard freestyle. There will be 5 heats. Swimming in lane 4 will be Rowan Compton from Clark. Swimming in lane 5, Griffin Bowers from WPI. Swimming in lane 6 will be Nick Cordell from Clark. Swimming in lane 7 is Tyler Broderick. And my partner here, Nicole, is very familiar with these WPI swimmers. Nicole was a swimmer last year for WPI. Now she's taken up crew. She can't. NCAA D3 champions in the house right here. WPI, what an accomplishment. So Nicole just had a little rowing practice this morning. She came up to join me here and help out for about the next I got like an hour with her left, and then she's off to a lab. She's off to school, right? That's what she's here for. So great assistance here by Nicole. Nicole will be back. When are you back to help me, Nicole? Sunday? Oh, Nicole will be back here for finals as well tonight. And Sunday too, right? So Nicole's here tonight for finals and Sunday night. Alex Gutierrez and his sports information director team has put together a bevy of student athletes to help me out here this weekend, which is fantastic. Always good having another set of hands here cheering on from Long Island, enjoying the commentary. Let's see. So Maya Harbrich's family will be watching throughout the weekend from Chicago, Atlanta, and Louisiana. Fantastic. 3 great cities. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Get as many viewers as we can. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that we can get over 300 for a session this weekend. It's typically the prelims because obviously there's more swimmers swimming in the prelims than the finals. But, you know, logic would say the finals should attract the largest crowd, but it's only 30 swimmers in each of the events. Rowan Compton leads the way here, followed by Griffin Bowers, Tyler Broderick, Nick Cordell. So let's get these numbers. Let's at least crack 200 first. So tomorrow morning, folks, the assignment for each and every one of you is to bring at least or get that link out to at least one more person. And we're going to shoot for 200 tomorrow morning for the prelims. If we get to 250, that would be great. But we're going to shoot for 200. Sunday morning, we're going to shoot for 300. I know we can do it. Get that link. It's WPI Athletics on YouTube. So they do a great job with their YouTube page and productions as we continue to watch Rowan Compton in lane 4 from Clark, leading the way. He's at the halfway mark. He's a sophomore. Liz Swan is checking in, watching from sunny Florida. Yeah, a little bit of a temperature difference between Florida and Worcester right now. We're hovering around the 30-degree mark today, maybe high 30s if we're lucky. But like I mentioned earlier, no snow so far up here. So for the skiers, you may not be happy, but as a non-skier myself, I am thrilled because snow for me just means 2 things. The kids might have a snow day, which I don't really mind. It's not a bad thing. But more importantly, it means I have to shovel and snow blow, which I am not a huge fan of. So Rowan Compton continues to lead the way from Clark. You know, Griffin Bowers will not go away. So Bowers has been right there this whole race. He's cut that deficit from almost 3 seconds down to 0.8 of a second right now, folks. And Bowers is making a push. So Compton in lane 4, left to right, red cap. Bowers in 5, left to right, silver cap. You see just how close they are. I would say at this turn, which will be the 450-yard mark, it's going to be less than a second, although Compton getting a little surge here going into the final 50. The deficit, folks, is 0.2 of a second. Here we go. Rowan Compton in lane 4, Griffin Bowers in lane 5. They are stroke for stroke here, folks. They've been 1 and 2 this whole race. It's actually Bowers who makes the turn first, and Bowers from WPI has surged into the lead. About 12 yards to go. Can Bowers hold off Compton? Compton's been in the lead the whole race, and it will be Griffin Bowers taking heat number 1, 5:16.63. We don't have Compton's time because he had a soft touch at the wall. Compton second, Broderick third, so those standings are a little off, but that's okay. Great job there by Griffin Bowers. He was in second place the whole race, surged over the final 50 to take the win. We'll move into heat number 2. Scott Nahum from WPI comes in with the top time. He's a freshman, 5:14.76. Right now, though, it's Asher Stuckelman in lane 3 from Bryant leading the way, followed by the aforementioned Nahum and Rodrigo Gomez from Bentley in lane number 2. Once again, we're live at WPI for the Gompei Invitational. Nicole Miller on the production side, Jeremy Abreu. Yours truly doing play-by-play color commentary for our little venture, Abreu Media Productions. Funny story about Abreu Media Productions. Obviously, that is me and my last name. This whole little side business started when COVID started. Both of my daughters are club team swimmers. There were no meets. There were no practices. When practices got started again, parents were jonesing to watch their kids swim. But as you remember, you couldn't go inside any facilities. No place would allow fans or anything. So the owners of the club team said to me, hey, would you be interested in maybe live streaming like a practice? Because parents are definitely dying to watch. I do photography on the side. I had some equipment. So I said, sure, why not? So I live streamed a couple practices. Then they did inter-squad meets. Then as things continued to roll, the need and the desire for live streaming just kept rocking and rolling. And here we are now back to pretty much normalcy, and the need for the live stream has not gone anywhere. As a matter of fact, it's only gotten stronger. So I do probably 20 to 22 New England swim meets in a given year over the past couple years. Mostly championship meets and regular season Gator Swim Club meets. So those are held at Brown University, at Brown University, at WPI. This is actually my first college meet. So we are ecstatic that Coach Paul Bennett believed in me and gave me the opportunity to broadcast a meet like this at the collegiate level. I'm absolutely humbled to be here. This is fantastic. And we hope you all are enjoying the broadcast. Of course, if you have any questions at any point, jump into the live chat. I will not apologize for my accent. I do have an accent. It comes out really bad at times over this broadcasting venture that I've gone into. I've really tried to turn into like TV Jeremy, where the accent is not there, but it slips out a lot. My wife will be the first to point that out. So if you have any questions, anything at all, jump into the live chat. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. We will be here all weekend. So again, diving will be broadcast this afternoon without commentary and graphics, but you will see all of the diving action tonight. We'll be back for finals, so that should be exciting. And we'll be here all weekend. I'll actually have my 11-year-old daughter here helping out, maybe offering some commentary on the side on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday night, a little bit on Sunday, as we watch Asher Stuckelman from Bryant. He's led since the opening 25. The senior comes in with a 5:21.88. Looking exceptionally strong here in lane 3. Barring an unforeseen circumstance, it will be Stuckelman who takes heat number 2 here on the men's 500 free side. As we know in swim, anything can happen. Expect the unexpected, just like in any sport. But that being said, Stuckelman has a big enough lead with 25 yards to go. I'm pretty sure I'm safe in declaring the senior from Bryant University the Heat 2 winner. The only thing left is his time. He came in with a 5:21. He's going to break 5 minutes, 4:57.77 for Asher Stuckelman from Bryant University. Outstanding job. Angus Zawalik will take second from WPI. Touching third will be Joseph Parsons from Brandeis. So Stuckelman goes a 4:57.77. And folks, if you know anything about swim, breaking 5 minutes in the 500 is a good achievement. So nice job there by Stuckelman from Bryant. He is your Heat 2 winner. We'll move on to Heat number 3. Now listen, folks, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but Bryant is dominating the live chat. I think 1 out of every 2 people on the live chat are cheering from Bryant. So we got to, hey, listen, I want everybody to get their numbers up here. So, where's Babson? Where's the Babson friends and family? Where's Rowan? Get those live stream links out to your friends, out to your family. It'll be a great weekend of swimming to watch here. We're in heat number 3. Fisher Kaplan from Brandeis comes in with the top time, 5:06.52. So, he's going to be looking to break 5 minutes here. Alex Volin from Rowan comes in with a 5:08.98. He leads the way right now. Keep an eye on Alvin Ontoro from Babson in lane 1. Got some outside smoke here at the bottom of your screen. All right. Kim Coffer says go Springfield. That's right. We got to get representation from all the schools out here. Alex Volin from Rowan leads the way. He's followed by Ontoro from Babson in lane 1. Keep an eye on Michael Motizzi from Bentley in lane 8. Early on here, early action in this third heat of the men's 500 free. Fairly decent crowd in the stands here at WPI, considering it's a Friday and a work day. It's a pretty good crowd. I wouldn't say it's capacity. I would say it's about 30% capacity, maybe 40%. I'm sure those numbers will jump up during the weekend, starting tonight and tomorrow. But again, we want to grow that live stream numbers. WPI Athletics on YouTube. It's where you can find all of the action here this weekend. Alex Volin leads the way from Rowan at the halfway mark. He's out in a 2:20.20. So he's on pace for a 4:40. We know he's not going to do a 4:40. That would be a very, very fast time. Pool record here was set in 2015 by, let's see, is that an L? I only have a first initial. Last name Egan. 4:20.77. The meet record was set just last year. 4:32.87 by Sam Dienstag. I don't have the school for Sam. Volin continues to lead the way and by a lot. So you'll take a look at the distance and the lead that Volin has over everyone else. I'll tell you, too, when I take a look at all the logos, we got some pretty good logos for these schools here this weekend. Clark, Rowan, Babson, Brand. I mean, you name it. There's not a bad logo in the group. Even the most basic logo, which is the Springfield logo. I love the 2 colors of the S. It's in that Stanford scripting. It looks awesome. So fantastic logos, fantastic schools, and fantastic student athletes here competing at WPI this weekend. Volin remains the leader, 27-7, 28-2, 29-1, 29-7, 29-9, 30-06, 36. So those are his splits, his 50 splits as he gets the bell. Volin has been very consistent. Again, came in with a 5:08.98. He'll make his final turn. We're over 150 viewers, so this is a what do they call that? A watershed moment here, folks. We're over 150. That's a good barrier as we watch Volin finish up 450.72. So when you think of the fact that Volin almost dropped 20 seconds there, came in with a 5:08. Wagant takes second from Babson. Ontero from Babson takes third. Oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swimmers break the 5-minute mark, which is spectacular. Congratulations to Volin, Wagant, Ontero, Buckley, West, and Motizzi, all under 5 minutes here in heat number 3. We'll move into heat number 4. Andrew Gamper from Bryant, the sophomore, comes in with a 4:40.67. So you'll see the pace start to pick up quite a bit in this heat. When we get to our next heat, our top time is actually our meet record holder, Sam Dienstag from Brandeis. 4:37.32. His record at the meet is 4:32.87. So we'll see if Andrew Gamper, who has the top time coming in here with a 4:40, can drop time. Leo Luna, the sophomore from Bryant, came in with a 4:51.93. He's leading the way right now through the first 100. Toby Conbley from Rowan in second. Ben Lee from Brandeis in third. So Dexter, is the national anthem performed before the start of each meet? So the national anthem was not performed this morning. I believe the national anthem is done prior to the start of each of the finals in the evening. I don't have that answer, though, so that would be more of a WPI host facility question. But we can find that out for you. And traditionally at the trials finals meets that I have done in the past, the national anthem is typically played before finals in the evening. Again, this being my first collegiate meet, I'm not sure their standard operating protocol, but we'll be certain. We can certainly find that out for you, Dexter. And depending on when they do perform it or it is played, we always, if we're already live and broadcasting, we typically go live 15 minutes before the session starts so we can, have some small talk, do a recap, and all of that. So as long as the anthem is played within that time, we'll be sure to bring it to you. I don't have a view of the flag, though, unfortunately, from where I am. I'm up in the rafters, basically, and there's some great HVAC ductwork in front of me that prevents me from having a view of the flag, so I couldn't get the flag on camera. But if they do bring it, the national anthem tonight, you will hear it here. We'll have it for you. Nicole Donahue says, "Go Beavers." Babson Beavers. Ina Stuckelman said, "Great job, Asher." Yes, Asher did have a fantastic swim there, just like Leo Luna is having here from Bryant. So Leo Luna, the sophomore from Bryant University, came in with a 4:51.93. He's leading Toby Cobley from Rowan right now by a little over a second. Lanes 4 and 6 respectively at the 350-yard mark. So almost just about 3/4 of the way through this 500 here. We'll see if Conbley can cut into that deficit anymore. He's just under a second and a half right now. So Luna actually extended that lead by 3/10 over that last 50. This next check-in is going to be obviously the important one. This is the 450-yard check-in. This will be the bell lap for Luna and Conbley. The lead has been trimmed to 0.8 of a second. So to reset, in lane 4, Leo Luna from Brian. In lane 6, it's Toby Conbley from Rowan. Final 25. Luna gets a little burst of energy here, and it looks like it will be the sophomore from Bryant, Leo Luna, who takes heat number 4. Only thing left is the time, 4:35.07. So a 16-second time drop for Luna. Conbley takes second with a 4:37. That's a 9-second drop for him. Ben Lee from Brandeis takes third with a 4:46. That's a 9-second drop for him. So there are your final results. Leo Luna, the winner of Heat 4, 4:35.07. We'll move into our 5th and final heat on the 500 side. And here we will find Sam Dienstag, who is the meet record holder here. He set the record in the 500 free here last year with a 4:32.87. So we'll see how Sam fares. He's already out to the early lead. And folks, for all of your live streaming needs, again, I know I would think there are a lot of New England colleges tuning in here. If you are in need of streaming productions for a meet or a championship meet, I would ask you to check us out at abrewmediaproductions.com. I'm actually going to put that in the live chat just so you have it. Shameless plug. There we go, abrewmediaproductions.com. You can reach us on the website. You can email me at info@abrewmediaproductions.com. I am what I like to call kind of a quasi one-man show. So I come out to your location. I get my cameras set up. I do play-by-play color commentary. We have the graphics. The one thing I need is an internet connection. I need a high-speed wired internet connection, and I need your timing system. So whether that's a Daktronics timing system, a Colorado, or some other manufacturer, I need to be able to run an Ethernet cord from your timing system to my computer, and that's it. So we like to really bring the whole production in. I typically do this by myself, and I do have volunteer helpers. A lot of times I have my family members, my daughters and my wife, who help me out. I'm lucky enough to have Nicole Miller this morning and a bevy of WPI students this weekend as well. But for all of the other colleges and universities, if you have any meets, any big meets you're hosting at some point and you want to stream them and get some additional exposure, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Again, that's abrewmediaproductions.com. I at least got to give myself I normally don't do that, and my wife always says to me, why wouldn't you tell people about your website? Like, this is what you're doing. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, it feels kind of weird, but nope, got to do it. A little shameless plug there. So certainly appreciate the attention here as we're in heat number 5, and it is the aforementioned Sam Dienstag leading the way. So Sam is out to a ridiculous pace. He's pacing for a 4:20, which is exactly a little bit faster than his meet record, which is 4:32. So let's see how Dienstag can keep up this pace here. He's at 3:05 at the 350-yard mark. Oh, Lisa Miller. Nicole, is that Mom? Oh, Mrs. Miller checking in. Lisa, your daughter is fantastic. She's been very helpful this morning, very bright young lady. Wants to do a lot of things with cancer research in her future. That's fantastic. And I hear she was a really good swimmer, and now she's a really good rower. Again, shout out D3 rowing champs. Or crew, right, Nicole? Well, the official name is crew, though, right? Okay. I want to be official here, Nicole. You know we're very official. So, Lisa, thanks for joining us. I know you're a fellow Massachusetts resident, like myself. There's the bell for Dienstag. So let's see if Dienstag can break his record. I don't think he's going to, although I've been wrong many times before. 4:32.87 is his record. He's going to have to come back in a 17. I don't know. Let's see. And it is going to be Dienstag breaking the record. 4:26.99. So there's a record, folks. Sam Dienstag breaks his own Gompei Invitational meet record that he set last year. He dropped 6 seconds off of that. 4:26.99. Matjuka from Medley takes second. Stringfellow for Bryant third. But how about Sam Dienstag? Have yourself a day, Sam. Breaks the meet record, 4:26.99. There are your final results. Fantastic job there. It's not always every meet you get to see a record of some sort being broke. So great job by Dienstag. Now we'll move into event number 9. It is the women's 200-yard breaststroke. We're in the back half of things here, folks. It's the breaststroke and the butterfly. 3 heats of the breaststroke. Lanes 1 and 10 will be open. Top time coming in belongs to Lefteri Roba from Springfield, 2:30.01. The pool record was set in 2017 by Escobedo, 2:06.20. The meet record, again, that was set last year by Gabby Ficano, 2:20.05. So Eleanor Ross from WPI leading the way. The aforementioned Roba 7/100ths behind. Grace Motizzi running in third right now. Oh, mom's a UMass alum, Nicole. All right. Go Minutemen, Lisa. Go Minutemen, right? I have a lot of friends that went to UMass myself. I'm trying to get my daughter to consider UMass for a number of reasons. One of them is the cost, being an in-state. But my daughter seems to think that in her little high school graduating class of like 150, and with an enrollment of, 15 to 20,000 at UMass, that she's going to know too many people, and everyone goes there. She's not going to know anybody. So Lisa, I'm trying to get my daughter Addison to consider UMass. I think it's a fantastic school. I believe it's the Eisenberg School of, the Eisenberg School of Business or the Business Management? Fantastic school. So Lefteri Roba remains our leader here. She's followed closely by Eleanor Ross. So those two are 1 and 2 in lanes 5 and 4 respectively. Approaching the 200-yard mark. Roba comes in with a 2:30.01. Ross at 2:37.73. But right now it's Roba with almost body length and a half lead over Eleanor Ross. 2:27.27. She will take it. Ross takes second. Motisi takes third. I won't lie there. I was still in my head in 500 mode. I do that sometimes. I lose track, but it's all good. We've all recovered. We're fine. There are your final results. Nicole is great getting those results right up on the screen for me. So even if I have a boo-boo, it gets fixed. Roba, Ross, Motisi, 1, 2, and 3 as we move into heat number 2. Yes, Debbie. Bryant has a great business school. My daughter is very interested in Bryant for swimming. As a matter of fact, we just went and did a tour at Bryant about 2 weeks ago. So, yes, very interested. I'd love for her to stay local, of course. That would be great. We're in heat number 2 here of the women's 200 breast. Morgan Kinsley, the freshman from Bentley, comes in with the top time in lane 5, 2:29.83. PA announcer having a little bit of a hard time with Kylie Herbstuber. I only can say the name because I have broadcasted Kylie's races before. She has a sister, Nora, that both swim in the club circuit for Crimson. So I've done many of their races before, and I've messed up their name many times, but I get it right now. So it's all good as April Kupski leads the way. Kupski and Morgan Kinsley see where they stand at the halfway mark. It's going to be Kupski from Babson touching first, Kingsley second, Sophia Grabman from Bryant in third right now. But April Kupski from Babson holding on, looking strong. She came in with a 2:33.43. Approaching the 150-yard mark. Nicole, let's see if we can get a little camera 3 action here. So let's see if we can follow the leader here. April Kupski. I'm doing double duty on the manual camera. A little bit of a close-up of Kupski as she makes her final turn. Nicole will take you into the finals there on camera 1, but it will be April Kupski, 2:26.29. Morgan Kinsley takes second. Third place will be Sophia Grabman from Bryant, 2:35.67. So nice job by Kupski there from Babson. She is your Heat 2 winner as we move on to Heat 3 of 3. Only 3 heats here on the women's side of the breaststroke. Again, great atmosphere here this morning at WPI. There are your lane assignments for our third and final heat on the women's side. Nellie Clark from Bryant University comes in with the top time, 2:28.55. She's a freshman, so keep an eye on Clark here in lane 5 from Bryant. Christina Sung from Babson in 1, Irene Fisher from WPI in 2, Sophie Cretion from WPI in 3. It's Elizabeth Thanis in 4, the aforementioned Nellie Clark in 5, Nina Lamb in 6. It's Bella Stefanowicz in 7, Vangela Randall in 8, Emmy Nelson in 9 from Rowan. Nellie Clark leading the way right now from Bryant, out in a 31.99. Athanas in second, Nina Lamb in third. So Springfield running second and third right now. Breaststroke is a stroke that always, I find it very interesting to watch the contrasting styles of breaststrokers, especially in terms of stroke rate. You have some breaststrokers who have a very high stroke rate. You have some who have a very low stroke rate and a very strong kick and glide. You're able to witness that here a little bit. Nellie Clark remains your leader, but she's got a lot of competition. On the outside with Athanas, on the inside with Nina Lamb in lane 6. We're going into our final 50 here. Let's see if Clark can hold on. The lead is 9/10 of a second over Athanas, a second and a quarter over Stefanowicz. Clark remains your leader, and it looks like she's going to hold off Lamb. I think she is, and she will. Clark 224.89. Lamb goes at 225.63. Athanas 226.68. So Bryant takes first. Springfield goes second and third. As we move into event number 10, it's the men's 200 breaststroke. We have 4 heats of that. The pool record was set earlier this year. D. Nikuzin, 157.56. The meet record was set in 2018, 201.11 by Tyler Zanke.
Event 10, men's 200-yard breaststroke, heat 1 of 4.
Lanes 1, 9, and 10 will be open here in our opening heat. Top time coming in belongs to Chris Carey from Springfield. The junior clocked at 224.60. Good, clean start. Let's watch these underwater pullouts. Very strong pullout there. I think that was lane 4. Gerald Deng from Brandeis. And Deng leads the way right now. So Gerald Deng out 30.93 is 50 time. Sherlock running in second. Erofeev from Bentley in third. Steph. Lisa, okay, thank you. It's, all right, let's see if I'm good with the, what do they call these pronunciations? The phonetic. Stefanovic. All right, I think I got it, Lisa. So it's Bella Stefanovic. Lisa, I'm going to try and get that right and refer to it for the rest of the weekend. Please don't be mad at me if I mess it up. Thank you, though. Again, I appreciate all the help with the pronunciations. I will usually go back into the chat and write them down. So for the rest of the weekend, I have the ones that I get corrected on, which certainly helps. Gerald Deng continues to lead the way here in lane 4 with 50 to go. Almost 2-second lead over Sherlock. 3.5 over Erofeev from Bentley. So that freshman that won our last one, Nellie Clark from New Zealand, Nice little tidbit of information there as we watch Gerald Deng put the finishing touches on a victory in the opening heat of the two breast on the men's side. Arofiev from Bentley takes second, Sherlock third, 2:21 for Deng. It's a 9-second time drop as we move into heat number 2. Nicole, you got oranges over there? I smell oranges. Smells amazing. Smell like some serious citrus. Somebody's got some oranges in the stand. They're making me very hungry. So there are your final results as we move into heat 2. What do you got, like 10 minutes, Nicole? 15 minutes? 11:30, right? Okay. We'll be, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll be just about halfway, almost like 3/4 of the way done, which is perfect. We'll move into heat 2 of this men's 200 breast. Top time coming in belongs to Aiden Trenery from Bryant. He's in lane 5. The freshman clocked at 2:12.67. Keep an eye on lane 7. That's Tanner Eisenhut from Bentley. Nice turn there by Eisenhut. Very lightning fast at the wall. And keep an eye on that pullout. He almost goes half of the pool underwater on that pullout. Huge advantage for Eisenhut. We'll watch that turn here and pull out. So Tanner Eisenhut with the devastating pullouts finds himself securely in the lead halfway through here. 59.74 for Eisenhut. 2.5 seconds ahead of Modersky from Rowan. 3.25 ahead of Trenery from Bryant. Stefanovic. There we go, Lisa. Stefanovic. Tell me if that's right, Lisa. I get really proud and giddy when I finally get it right. Stefanovic. So, Christine, here's the deal with diving. Diving we will broadcast diving. I will not be calling diving. A few different reasons. I typically don't call diving, and diving is a very difficult sport to call. There's not a lot of commentary because it's typically pretty quiet as we watch Eisenhut finish off a great two breast here, 2:06.79. So that's an 11-second drop. Modersky takes second. Trenery takes third. So nice job by Eisenhut, Modersky, and Trenery. There are your final results. We will be broadcasting the diving. We don't have a graphics package for diving, and I don't do commentary for diving. Those are two things. The third thing is this afternoon I have 2 important work calls to tend to. So we will have someone here manning the camera and the stream, but there will be no commentary, so I apologize. But we will bring you the action, and we hopefully on the right side of the screen, I'm waiting for WPI to give me the list of the divers so we can put that on the screen for you. Best of luck to your diver, though, Christine. I love watching diving. I think you gravitate towards the things that you can't do, and they're the most amazing to you. I can't dive. I'm not a diver at all. And the things that those divers do are amazing. Just like the things that Michael Fracciola is doing are amazing here so far. The leader from Rowan, it's Rowan 1 and 2 right now. Michael Fracciola and Jimmy Kundratz 1 and 2 right now. Lanes 5 and 6. $100.41 for Fracciola. Kundratz a 2.25 behind. It's Litwinzik from Bryant in third. That's Colton, sophomore from Bryant. see if Fracciola remains the leader, and he does. So Rowan dominating this 200 breast heat 3, 1 and 2 by a large amount. See if they can hold on to 1 and 2 here. Kundrat's, I know, he's got to be shooting for his teammate here. You would think this lead, which is over a second and a half, over a final 50, would be tough to make up. Kundrat's going to try his best. Fracciola does not want to give this lead up, and I don't think he will, so Rowan will go 1 and 2 here. Fracciola goes to 2:06.22. That's a 7-second time drop. Kundrat's 2:08.71. That's a 3-second time drop. And we'll look up to lane 8. Blake Albanese from Babson goes to 2:11.76 for a 7-second time drop. There are your final results for Heat 3. We'll move into our final heat of the men's 200 breast. Joshua Kim from Babson comes in with your top time, 2:10.99. He's swimming out of lane 5. Let's watch that start. Good start. These pullouts are everything in breaststroke. Nice pullout there by Austin Aguirre from WPI in lane 3. So Aguirre out to the early lead. Again, folks, another shameless plug. If you're on Facebook, you can search Abreu Media Productions. So that's ABREU Media Productions. You'll see my page. If you just give it a like, that would be fantastic. You'll get notified when we go live. When we're not, we typically broadcast our meets on, the meets I do on AbreuMediaProductions.com. There will be instances like today where an organization or a university has their own YouTube page that they want me to broadcast to. That's what we're doing here this weekend. But if you're on Facebook, which I'm sure many of you are, just give that Abreu Media Productions page a like. That would be great. Give you information on all the times we go live, and we're broadcasting meets around New England. Josh Sellers from Babson remains the leader at the halfway mark. He's in lane 7, a very slight lead over Roman San Juan from Bryant. This shaping up to be a good battle between Sellers and San Juan over the final 50. The lead by Sellers is a 1/10 of a second. And as a matter of fact, it looks like San Juan may have moved into the lead from Bryant. So San Juan in 6, Sellers in 7. They're almost at the wall simultaneously. Let's watch this final pullout. It was San Juan with a slightly further pullout. They're stroke for stroke. This is going to be a photo finish at the wall. Who's it going to be, San Juan or Sellers? And it is Sellers out touching San Juan by 12/100ths. 2:08.51 for Sellers. San Juan goes 2:08.63. Tang goes to 2:12.27 as we move into our final events of the morning, the 100 butterfly, both on the women's and men's side. 6 heats on the women's side, 7 heats on the men's side to close us out. Thank you very much for the compliments, ladies, Lisa and Mary. Certainly appreciate it. I try and get my passion for the sport and just my passion for competition, that shine through, and that makes it a lot more exciting as we move into event number 11. Heat number 1, this is the women's 100 fly. This is the first time, Nicole, we've seen this today. Do you know what this is? A pool full of Clark swimmers. It's all Clark all the time here in heat number 1. Lanes 3 through 8. Katerina Malinovic in lane 3. Carolyn Steffers in 4. Ashlyn Blair in 5. Banya Shaparian in 6. Hannah Ross in 7. Hannah Poulos in lane 8. So it's all Clark. I don't know how this happened. This is definitely interesting in a meet with 8 to 10 teams. all Clark University swimmers. Again, I mentioned Clark. I love their logo too. Pretty awesome. As I wasn't aware of all these fantastic logos until I was finding their logos this week and uploading them so they would show on the graphics. But it is, I believe, Hannah Poulos. She'll take it, 1:11.26. Blair takes second. So we had a soft touch, but it was Carolyn Steffers in lane 4 who took third. As we move into heat number 2. This is our second heat of 6 on the women's 100 fly side. There are your lane assignments. Grace Susi from Merrimack comes in with the top time, 1:07.94. Looks like that's Becky Goodfellow from Brandeis. Had a good start there in lane 8 at the top of your screen, as did Catherine Wade from Springfield. But it is Goodfellow. Keep an eye on lane 1 at the bottom of your screen from WPI, Adriana Ewan. Goodfellow in first at the halfway mark. It looks like it is the aforementioned Adriana Ewan from WPI in second. We'll see if that holds true here. Goodfellow will make her final turn. And it is Ewan from WPI looking strong here. She's almost caught up to Goodfellow. They're at the flags, into the wall, and it is Goodfellow, 1:04.62. Johnson sneaks up into second. Ewan takes third. So nice swim there by Becky Goodfellow, 1:04.62. A 5-second time drop. As we move into heat 3. Swimmers have to get out of the pool for the start. They don't always make them clear the pool, but it seems like they are here. We have a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure why. We are missing our starter official. I don't know what's going on here, folks. A little bit of a delay. This is probably Nicole's last race. Nicole's with us for one more race, folks. Nicole Miller, she's done a great job. Nicole, sophomore? Nicole, sophomore from Drake? Hanover. Hanover, right? Sophomore from Hanover, Mass. Part of the D3 crew/rowing national championship team here at WPI. She's done a great job on production this morning. She'll be back tonight with me. I don't know what the holdup here is, folks. So there is only one official down at the starting machine down there. Oh, I think I see the other official making his way down there. So we'll be underway momentarily with heat number 3. Here we go. Heat 3 of 6. Laura Jones from Rowan comes in with your top time here. Sophomore clocked a 1:06.09, so keep an eye on Laura Jones in lane 5. She has her teammate Alexis Kitjob in lane 4 right next to her. Mackenzie Patch also looking strong from Bryant in lane number 8. And on the heels of that great pullout by Patch, she has surged into the lead. So Mackenzie Patch from Bryant at the halfway mark. Leads, no, doesn't lead. Yes, she does lead the way. Caitlin Grove from WPI running in second, and it is the aforementioned Alexis Kidjob from Rowan in third. Let's see if Patch can finish this one out. She still has the lead, albeit a very small lead over Caitlin Grove from WPI. Here comes Kidjob from Rowan, and it looks like right now it's Kidjob from Rowan who's going to touch first at the wall, and it is Kidjob. 102.12. Grove takes second. Patch takes third. I bid my farewell to Nicole Miller. She'll be back with us after her labs and stuff tonight. Thank you, Nicole. Great job. So, folks, bear with me. I'll be a one-man show here for the remainder of the broadcast. Sometimes I forget to switch cameras, but I'm not going to forget this time. Trust me. And Gabe Ossie, thank you for the kind words. Listen, give Bryant, let them know about me. I actually did have a conversation with Coach Katie this morning, but not really in relation to the broadcast. I just talked about my daughter. Little shameless plug for my daughter. So if the America East Conference will have me, I would love to do their championships as long as my schedule permits. We're in heat number 4, where we find Haley Campbell comes in with the top time. The senior from Bryant has a 59 flat. She's in lane number 5 here as we wind down our production of the prelims on the opening day of the Gompei Invitational here at WPI. And in true WPI fashion, it's Andrea Wu leading the way at the halfway mark. She's followed by Pennington from Rowan and Rice from Bentley. 0.8 of a second separate our top 3 swimmers. Pennington looks like she may have moved in the lead, but I don't know. Wu is battling here. Wu and Pennington are battling lanes 4, lane 6. It looks like it's Pennington right now, and it will be Pennington. 56.91 from Rowan. Wu takes second. Rice takes third. Nice job, ladies. Great swims there. Pennington's 56.91 is a 3-second time drop as we move into heat number 5. It's not Haley, it's Hallie. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hallie Campbell. As we move into heat number 5, top time coming in belongs to Charlie Legalis from Bryant. 58.78. She's in lane 5. So finishing up here, it will be Daruska from Bryant, followed by Carline. Bryant takes 1, 2, and 3. Daruska 1, Carline 2nd, Legalis 3rd. So nice job by the Lady Bulldogs here, taking our top 3 spots. And now we'll move on to our final heat on the women's side. This is heat number 6. Bailey Gold from Brandeis comes in, along with Julia Stennard from Bryant, who has the top time, 57.93. Stennard's in lane 5. So Julia Stennard junior from Bryant came in with a 57.93. She will be the leader at the halfway mark by 0.6 of a second over Gold and Ubert. Gold from Brandeis, Ubert from Bentley. Let's see if Stennard can keep the lead here. She's getting some speed here on the outside by Gold from Brandeis. That's Bailey Gold. Stennard has about a head and shoulders lead over Gold at the wall, and who's going to touch first? It's Gold. What a comeback by Gold. 1/100th of a second over Stennard. Figueroa takes third. Wow, Bailey Gold, have yourself a race. Congratulations to Gold, who out-touches Stennard by 1/100th of a second, folks. It does not get any closer than that. Bailey Gold, your Heat 6 winner, and now we'll move into our final 7 heats. This is event 12, the men's 100-yard butterfly. There will only be 3 swimmers here in our opening heat. Tyler Broderick in lane 4, Tyler Marzano in 5, Ryan Looney in lane 6. So we have viewers again now from Northern Alaska. Michelle Smith checking in from Northern Alaska. Amanda McMillan checking in from Trinidad and Tobago. Woo, we are international here in Worcester, folks. Ryan Looney leading the way in our first heat. Once again, we sincerely appreciate everyone taking the time to join us this morning at the Gompei Invitational here at WPI in Worcester, Massachusetts. Again, you can find us on YouTube at WPI Athletics. It's where all of the broadcasts will be taking part this weekend. Ryan Looney on his way to capturing heat number 1. 52-25 for Looney. Nice job by him from Bentley. Marzano takes second, Broderick third as we move into heat number 2. Heat 2 of 7 finds Devin. Oh, this name is going to give me a tough one. A run for my money here. Devin Mahachuk from WPI. He has the top time coming in. 59 flat. Jack Brazier, his WPI teammate in lane 6. Lanes 1 and 10 are open, folks. Nobody in lanes 1, nobody in lane 10. It is Mahachuk and Brazier out in front leading the way. Brazier out in a 25-25. Again, this is the 100 fly, heat number 2. WPI currently 1 and 2 right now. But it is Brazier who looks to be in control here. About 12 yards to go. Brazier will take first. Can Haddock slip up into third? I don't know here. Let's see. Brazier takes first. Whose second it is? A 1 and 2 finish for WPI. Brazier first. Mahachuk takes second. Haddock third. So WPI goes 1 and 2 there. As we move into heat 3 of 7. Top time in heat 3 belongs to Daniel Donahue from Babson. 57.99. St. Augustine, Florida. We have Chantel Goucher checking in. Seems like this live stream is a big hit, folks. We're glad that you enjoy all of the coverage we're providing you here this morning. Sean Riordan from Brandeis leading the way here in lane 2. So lane 2 and lane 7, Daniel Smith from Clark. Out strong here with the butterfly at the halfway mark, though it is Riordan, 24-23. 1 second ahead of Smith. A second and a quarter ahead of Conroy from Bentley. Let's see if Smith can mount that comeback here in the final 25. Riordan from the judges of Brandeis looking exceptionally strong here. About 5 yards to go. It will be Riordan who takes heat number 3. 53-28. Smith takes second. Skelton Harris takes third. So Brandeis goes 1 and 3. Clark takes second. As we move into heat 4 of 7. Just a reminder, folks, we'll be back at 1 o'clock for diving. Then we'll be back at 6 o'clock tonight for finals. Back live again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So we hope you can join us here at the WPI Athletics YouTube page as we move into heat number 4. Brynave Twyman from Clark comes in with the top time, 56:58. And as you can see, as we move along in our heats of the 100 fly, there's not a lot of separation. These swimmers are very tightly bunched. The talent level is very equal. However, lane 4 from Rowan, Mason Medola, leads the way, followed by Reese Stevenson from Bryant. So keep an eye on Stevenson from Bryant in lane 3. Twyman in 5, even Christopher Thomas from WPI in lane 6. Right now, though, it's Reese Stevenson from Bryant having a great back half of this 100, and it will be Stevenson. 53.91. Thomas takes second, Green third. As we move into heat number 5. Yes, Amanda, the next time you visit, you got to go to the Flying Rhino in Worcester on Shrewsbury Street. Get the truffle tater tots, the best snack in Worcester. As we move into heat number 5, top time coming in belongs to Anthony Vizantil from Bentley in lane 5. And again, folks, you'll see not a lot of separation here by any of these swimmers. It's very tightly bunched, very competitive as we move through here into our middle and final heats of this men's fly. It's Smith leading the way from WPI. He's followed by Yanagasawa from Rowan and Vizantil from Bentley. Top 4 swimmers 7/10 of a second apart. Top 6 1 full second apart. Still anybody's race here coming down the stretch. Again, it was Christopher Smith from WPI who led the way at the halfway mark. Does Smith have enough at the flags into the wall? And it will be Smith. 50.05. Yanagasawa takes second. Vizantil takes third. So great race there as we move into our final 2 races in this men's 100 fly. Heat number 6. Jonathan Chan comes in with the top time from Springfield here. 51.60. So it looks like it's the Chan brothers in lanes 5 and 6. Jonathan in 5, James in 6. And what do you know? They lead the way, 1 and 2. Followed by James Smith from Brandeis. Jonathan Chan was the leader at the halfway mark, and Chan looks like he's going to be the winner here. Let's see if his brother has something to say about that. Jonathan Chan in 5, James Chan in 6, down the stretch into the flags, and it will be Jonathan. 50.55. James goes 50.97. Gamper from Bryant 51.91. As we move into our final heat. Heat number 7, excuse me. Top overall qualifier here is John Kim in Babson. From Babson in lane 5, 50.55 is his time. We are in the water for our final individual race. It's Kyle Staby from WPI looking strong here early on. Keep an eye on Anna Tarasati in lane 3 from Babson. That's a tough name. I hope I'm getting that one right. Anna Tarasati leads the way, followed by Staby and Rucci from Rowan. Again, this is going to be a nail-biter here, folks, in our final individual race of the morning. Anna Tarasati from Babson. Will he take this, or will Kyle Stobbe make a miracle comeback here at the flags into the wall? Who's going to touch first? And it's Rucci from Rowan. Rucci comes all the way back. He was third at the 50-yard mark. He finishes first. Stobbe from WPI takes second. Anata Rasati takes third. And that puts a wrap and a bow with a ribbon on our final heat of the morning. I don't know if there are relays. Is this? We are pretty sure here that we are finished for the morning session. Woo! What a session, folks. We hope you have enjoyed the broadcast. Just to level set on the remainder of the day here. So at 1 o'clock, we'll be back for diving. Diving will be held. Oh, we have a swim-off. We have a swim-off coming up. So we have a 50 freestyle swim-off. We won't have names here because I don't think they loaded this into the computer yet. But we have a 50 freestyle swim-off. And it looks like it's going to be between Sam Dienstag from Brandeis and Wellington Chen from Bentley. So we're going to take these graphics off right now because they don't have the names loaded in. So it looks like this swim-off is for the A final. Wellington Chen from Bentley and Sam Dienstag from Brandeis both had a 21.83. However, I do see a Bryant swimmer up there, and this could be for the first alternate. Sergio Torres from Bentley and Alex Rosen from Bryant. And it is. So this will be for the first alternate. Torres and Rosen both came in with a 22.59, requiring this swim-off. I think there will be another swim-off, too, for the 10th place spot in our A final. So, again, it looks like we're going to have Sergio Torres from Bentley, Alex Rosen from Bryant. Although I do see two additional swimmers now joining the mix in lanes 3 and 4. So we'll see how this transpires. Looks like the officials are ready. Let's see if we can get some help from our public address announcer here. Okay, so we do have Wellington Chan, Sam Dienstag, Sergio Torres, and Alex Rosen. And it is Samuel Dienstag in lane 3 at the bottom of your screen. He will take it. Chan takes second. Looked like it was Rosen third and Torres fourth. So good race, good swim off there. I think that was the only swim off. No, there may be another swim off in the 2 breast. Let's keep an eye on that. And I think there will be another swim off in the 2 breast on the men's side, and I believe it will be between Owen Krause and John Sherlock, although I don't know for certain quite yet. Or maybe there is no more swim-offs. Folks, we sort of fly blind once the meet gets started. All of the information that gets loaded onto the screen is done via a thumb drive before the session starts, so any changes that happen during, we don't get, but I believe that will be it. That will be it for the morning. So just to level set on the remainder of the day for you, we'll be back with diving at 1 o'clock. Diving will be presented with no commentary and no graphics. But we will have the diving for you. So we will be back at WPI Athletics YouTube at 1 o'clock. And then we'll be back for finals tonight. Myself, Jeremy Abreu, I'll be back with Nicole Miller. We'll be bringing you all of the finals action tonight. Should be fun, exciting, action-packed. We urge you to join us. Again, we'll be back at WPI for the finals. So on behalf of Nicole Miller, Rusty Egan, who is the sports information director, he's up here helping me out, lending a hand. I am Jeremy Abreu from Abreu Media Productions. Again, folks, we'll be back at 1 o'clock for the diving, and then we'll be back for our swimming finals tonight at 6 o'clock. We hope you can join us. Bring a friend. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you then.